Hey everyone, we are just getting started. I'm just going to wait a few minutes to allow people to join. But welcome back to another Craft Your Stash Thursday with me. Um, Today's focus is going to be teacher appreciation, with it being August and school opening soon for some people. Um, I wanted to focus on teachers for this episode. Hey Justine, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. So I know you, Justine, you're a teacher too, so you should be going back soon, shouldn't you? I meant to ask you that. So I have an idea of what I wanted to do tonight. But yeah, so I used to be a teacher. I was a elementary certified, special education certified teacher. I did it for 3 years and then just kind of realized it may not be for me. So I have backed away from teaching for a little bit, and I ended up going into vet teching and doing that for about 5 years, I think. But I really love animals, so I really just, found my second passion there. I still love teaching, and now I teach card making. So I'm still kind of doing the same thing, but just with adults and my own kid. She's 2 years old, so I kind of use my teaching experience to help her out all the time with her learning. Thank you, Justine, about my room tour. If you haven't had a chance yet, feel free to check out my new craft room tour. I, you know, this channel is really due for an update. When I first started it, I was living in Maryland, and that was maybe almost 10 years ago. And I was in Maryland in my own apartment for about 10 years before me and my husband decided to up and leave Maryland and go to New Jersey, to the Jersey Shore. And at the Jersey Shore, I think I did a craft room tour there as well. I may have done a video or two at that time, but I really just took a break to focus on my careers in vet teching and teaching. And so now that about after 5 years, we moved to our own home, still in Jersey, but more south and close to Philly. Um, that's when I decided to pick up my crafting again more seriously. My black and white paper pens. I'm trying to remember what you're talking about. All right, so let me go ahead and get started. So I wrote up like a quick sketch for tonight, and I'm supposed to be, let's see. Okay, so my control panel wasn't updated. All right, so I have a small sketch. I had a sketch somewhere else and I lost it. But I'm going to be using quite a few different products. So the first product I'm going to be using is from Trinity Stamps. It's called Cool Clipboard. And it has this die for creating a clipboard. It also has dies for creating pens, pencils, a paper clip, a binder clip, this A plus here. So I'm going to be using this binder part tonight. And then I have this Tailored Expressions Full Circle School, which is a retired stamp set. And I'm going to be using that big circle for the background. Oh, my scrap ins for back in the night. Yeah, because those are the only ones like I really have big scraps that it doesn't matter like what brand it is. It can just go into the black bin if it's black and go into the white bin if it's white paper. Um, but all the other colored scraps I keep with the colors. So yeah, that's really helped me a lot. So I hope you that works for you. So going on, I have this from Trinity Stamps. It's a mini notebook paper, so I'm going to pair that with the clipboard and make ourselves a little notebook paper. And then I have a few stamps for sentiments, and I haven't quite decided which one I'm going with. But this one from Trinity Stamps has quite a few sentiments for teachers. I really love the different fonts that they include for them, but it has like, you're one of a kind, you're my favorite, you are appreciated, thank you for a great year, you were such an amazing teacher, thank you for all you do, for a truly wonderful teacher. And then this one I also really liked that I picked up, and these are all from my stash that I've yet to use. So this is what I mean by craft your stash. Like, even if you don't have these supplies, check your stash. You might have something that you can use. This Tailored Expressions circle, they just came out with a school background this week that is basically a full rectangle version of this circle, but I'm going to show you how I might incorporate just the circle of elements, school elements they have on here. So then there's this stamp set, takes a big heart to shape little minds. Everyone makes mistakes, that's why pencils have erasers. The influence of a good teacher can never be erased. A teacher takes a hand, opens a mind, and touches a heart. Coffee, teach, grade, repeat. I can relate to that. Chaos coordinator. And then I love this one from Chinese Stamps. It says the influence of a great teacher can never be erased. So I know when they advertised the little clipboard, they advertised it with the stamp a lot. So I may or may not use that just because I want to try to do something different. So for the background, like I said, I wanted to work with this Tailored Expression stamp, and it's quite a big circle. Like, when you look at the front of these packages, it looks like you're getting small stamps, but this is not to size, and it even says here images smaller than actual size. So there's quite a bit of space on here. So my idea was kind of to do a circle here, do a circle here, do a circle here, put our clipboard in the middle, and then we kind of just have that background peeking in. So I'm going to get out my Misty to do this. Hi Candy, how are you doing? Good to see you. So I'm bringing out my Misty without a mat in here because this is a rubber stamp. And I may or may not have to grab, I'm going to grab my bigger Misty. Just because we're going off the edge with the circles. I just need a little bit more space. Get rid of that magnet. Alright, and then I'm going to tape this down. Aw, Candy, well, I appreciate you joining. She said she almost forgot I was going to go live every Thursday. Trying to stick with it. You know, sometimes things come up. I know you guys know about that. So I try to stick to my schedule. So I kind of want this like this, I think. And I might need to go out a little bit more. Move this. Okay. I want to pick this up. I want to see if it's actually straight, and it's not. And I almost want to put it like cockeyed so that even if it isn't straight, it's not going to be a big deal. Let me try that. So maybe go this way for the first one. And I'm going to heat emboss this with white, because essentially what I'm trying to make is like a blackboard behind my clipboard scene. And going to powder, but I really don't need to, because if there's any excess, it'll go with the theme of this being a blackboard. So tell me what you guys are up to tonight. I know if I didn't go live, I probably would be sleeping. I'm exhausted. Do that once. I usually do this a few times when I'm heat embossing, because the longer it stays wet, the longer the powder will, you know, not longer, but like the more powder will stick. And more chances of getting a good impression. And a good embossing when you heat it up. And I think, I'm not sure where my embossing tray is, so I'm just going to use a coffee filter. Oh. Oh, good, Justine. I'm glad to hear that you're now crafting and that you've been inspired. That's awesome. So let's see. I have a little bit of excess. I'm just going to use a empty paintbrush to wipe off. Like I said, it's not really a big deal. Sorry. You may not have heard what I said, but I said I was going to wipe that off. It's probably not a big deal, but I just went ahead and did it. So I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss this. Go ahead and put this back down, put over on the side, and that way I can make this one go in this direction. I think that would be good. So Justine, were you off for the summer? And then you're going back for the school year? I know when I was teaching, since I did special education, I was in special education schools, we had school year round, so there were no like real summers. The hours did not change. But the benefit of that was I got to keep my classroom up all year round. I didn't have to take anything down. I could update it whenever I wanted to. But I also had a computer room, so there wasn't much I could change around anyway. But my other school, I did have to take it down because we did have summer school at that one, but my second school that I worked at didn't have summer school. Okay, so you still got like another month. That's good. I just felt like September was the time to really go back. Like, I remember it being August, like the last week of August. But that's when I really didn't I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. I remember being like the last week of August, but September, that's what I would have wanted. I don't know if I should blow this or not. Okay. Heat set this. Alright. And then I'm going to do this one more time, so I'm going to put this up here. And I think I'm going to do this. Oh, man. Does that mean you have 2 weeks, Justine? That you guys go back before the kids? Yeah, I think that makes sense now that you're saying it like that. Kids usually go back the day after Labor Day. But yeah, as a teacher, you always go back like at least a week or 2 before so you can start setting up. I always wondered if other teachers got nervous for their first day. I always got nervous, but also my type of teaching never knew what to expect. And I still didn't do the powder again, so we'll see how this comes out. Hi, Jana. Thanks for joining. You haven't missed much. We're just making a teacher appreciation card using supplies from my stash that I have yet to use. And I keep forgetting to put powder on my paper, but I kind of want it to look like a blackboard anyway, so any excess powder is going to be okay. But I'm going to try to get off some of it so it just doesn't look too messy. Oh, thanks, Jana. Yeah, craft room tour was a long time coming. I've been here at least 3 years, and I just finally got around to it. I gotta get a longer cable for my embossing gun. I know you guys probably didn't see much of that, but it's very tight where it's at right now. Alright, so that is it for stamping that. And next what I wanted to do is use some of this pan pastel to kind of like dirty up the chalkboard. I don't know how much I need, but okay. I think that's chalkboardy enough. Looks like there's some sparkle in there, but I don't see it. Maybe I think that's my monitor or something. That's so weird. Or it's the all, I know it is. It's the excess powder with the white. It's weird. It made it look like it was sparkling. All right. So now we're going to go on to the clipboard, which I already went ahead and die cut just to save some steps. So all I did was die cut the clipboard piece from pink cardstock because my clipboard is going to be pink, of course. And then I cut the paper from white, and then I cut the clip for the clipboard with like a silver foil cardstock. I think I'm going to go in a little bit closer now. So for this, I'm going to pull out my small Misty because I'm going to try to make it look like notebook paper. I'm just going to move my chat here. Yay, it looks like a chalkboard. Okay, good. I know the last time I was teaching, I had a smart board, which I appreciated so much being a tech teacher. Because teaching typing, I could literally just put the keyboard on, have the camera on the keyboard, and it would be right up on my screen. It was awesome. I had a whiteboard. I remember my first teaching, though, I did have a chalkboard, and I hated it. I hate the feel of chalk. Alright, so we need the paper, and I'm probably going to stick this in the middle. Hair. Okay, so then I'm going to pull this Trinity Stamps mini notebook paper. And there's two stamps on here. One is the lines going horizontal, and one is the line going vertical. Oh, you have both. Well, at least you have dry erase too. Alright, so I think I want this to go all the way across. And usually there's a little gap at the top of the notebook paper. And I picked out this Catherine Pooler Cotton Candy Pink to use. So we'll see if that, yeah, that's pink, right? Pink. See if that comes out the way I'm hoping. Like a very soft pink. You know what? I think I did it backwards. I think it's supposed to be blue. Maybe I should have checked the actual piece of notebook paper. I think it's supposed to be blue. I might have to die cut another one. Or I can do the back. Yeah, it's supposed to be blue. Let's do the back. This is what happens when I'm live. Alright, so crafting 101, make a mistake. Just turn it over. If you can. Alright, so this should be blue. So we're going to use Aqua Sky from Concord and 9. I'm going to just bring this up here so I can make sure it's straight. So let's try it with the blue. I think where the tape is where it's missing a little bit. Okay. I want to do that one more time. Even though it's supposed to be like a light blue, but it will fade back some. Okay. It's a little splotchy. I don't know if that's how Conquer Knife inks are. I only have a few of their inks, but this seemed like a good color to go to for this. And now I want to put my line going down. Now this, I am definitely going to take this out of screen for a second to try to line this up. I might just have to get it like generally where I want it. Oh, no, I can stand it up. Okay. Now if it just doesn't fall down. There we go. And then I can fix where it's not completely straight. Check that. Yep. Alright, so now we can use our cotton candy for the sideline. Oh my gosh! This is a little piece of notebook paper. It's adorable. Okay. Oh, that's too exciting. Alright. Now I have to pick a sentiment. And I am not sure which one I'm going to go with. Kind of wanted to do, like I wanted to be teacher focused. So there's this one. So a teacher takes a hand, opens a mind, and touches a heart. Could line that right on the notebook paper, or I could put it to the side. I think I would put it straight since everything else is cockeyed. So if I did that, there's that, and then, or I can do the influence of a great teacher. This one's really cool. I just might have to do the one I really like, even though it's been done. But the rest of the card hasn't been done my way. Alright, now, let's take this off. That was our notebook paper. And they've written it out so that it perfectly fits on the paper. So that's the benefit of using this. It's going to fill it up pretty well. So I think what I want to do is I want to pick out a gray to make it like a pencil. So let me see. Twilight. So I'm going to use this Twilight from Catherine Poehler. And if it's not dark enough, I will just go with black. But I think the gray will do. Okay, that looks really good, but I just need to, oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's cute because it's little. I think again, it's having a little bit trouble with coverage. So I think I just need to press a little harder maybe. And a little bit more on this A and up here. I mean, that way it actually looks like pencil, because it's not perfect. Pencil's never perfect. So, let me give you a closer look at our little notebook paper. How adorable. Oh my god, I love it. I was going to do a pencil with it, but the pencil in this set is tiny. This little die right here, like you can see it's very tiny. So I'm not gonna do that. But what I am gonna do is put this on my clipboard and get the little clip. I think we can adhere all of that straight down. And I'm just going to use, I usually don't use liquid adhesive, but I've been using it a little bit more lately just because it has more wiggle room. So if you guys made this and made a clipboard, what color would you make it? I had to do pink because I had a pink clipboard. I know traditionally they're usually wood, but us teachers get fancy with our school products. So now that our clipboard is done, we can bring back in our chalkboard. And so this is what I was thinking. And if I just pop that up, I'm not sure if we need a border or not. If I did a border, it would probably be a white border. Oh, I think a white border would look nice, but I hope that I don't have to cut off too much. So I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. And I'm going to bring in a top folding card. Actually, I think this will all be No problem, Justine. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, so we're gonna do that. Okay. And then we're going to use some foam tape, which I only have these little squares at my desk right now. I have to get out some big squares. Right, and pop these off. Oh my gosh, I cut my nails, so I have like no nails. Did I even take that off? I did. Okay. I guess it's not that bad of. This would be a great back to school card. It's like first day reminder for the teachers that, you know, their great work goes a long way. All right. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I want to do to it. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. So you could always color in where it says great teacher, color in the stars, make it look like it's been colored in with marker, color in the pencil. But I kind of like the simplicity of it where it looks just like a pencil. So, all right, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight. And remember, if you haven't checked it out, I have my craft room tour up for you guys now that shows my home in New Jersey, now that I have moved from Maryland to New Jersey. I almost forgot I even popped this up. So again, I will be live next Thursday, as long as nothing comes in the way of that. But thanks so much for watching, keeping me company, and I hope you guys have a great night. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.